Hello and welcome. As you know that in Docker Swarm cluster, we have two types of load balancer, internal and external. Now, inside internal load balancer, again we have two types. One, we call it Swarm routing mesh or Ingress load balancer, and the second one is Virtual IP load balancer. We already discussed and understood Swarm routing mesh. Now, we are going to start Virtual IP load balancer. So, let's start. Here we have 4 points and we are always starting with introduction. The VIP load balancer is like traffic manager for your application. The VIP enables internal load balancing by distributing traffic across multiple tasks running the service, ensuring reliable and efficient access within Swarm cluster. It provides single point of contact known as VIP address to access the application, distributing incoming traffic evenly across all the containers and tasks running in your application. Now, I know that after reading these 3 lines, you will be confused. You are saying to yourself that what I am doing, right? I already explained you about Ingress routing and all. Now, what is use case of VIP? Definitely you are right. It is not easy to understand directly by reading these lines. I want you to understand this particular scenario. It will give you 100% crystal clarity about the use case of VIP load balancer. So here I have one example. Let's understand this scenario first. Imagine that you have web application for online store called Cloud Store, which consists of web servers and database servers. I'm talking about 2-tier web architect in which we have web server, which is front end. User is going to open web server first, and web server is actually exposed on the internet. Same way, we are storing data inside database server. So database server is a backend. So here I am giving you example about 2-tier web application having front end and back end. Web server handling user requests and serving web pages. Database server storing and retrieve product and user data. The web server is using Ingress routing to manage incoming client requests, while the database servers uses VIP load balancer to handle the request from the web servers. So here, if you look at this, what we can say that both are doing the same kind of thing. It is like a single point of contact, but you are going to use Ingress routing for web servers. Why? Because it is already exposed on the internet. Now, you do not want your backend server to expose on the internet, right? Backend server will work into the backend. Now, to load balance the traffic between backend server, we have to use VIP. Let me explain you this scenario first. By watching picture, you can easily understood these things. See here, I have only first layer. If you look at this, these are my web application task, which is running as a front end. Now, as I want that anybody from outside world, these are like outside world, people can access your web servers. So what you will do here, you will use Ingress routing. So let's say that this person is going to access my application using public IP address of this local host. This will go to the Ingress routing. Ingress routing will forward this request to the routing mesh. Now routing mesh will decide that, okay, I'm going to forward this request to the web application server running on a Docker host 1. Now let's say that if I have another traffic coming, so this is the host, now it will go to the Ingress routing. Ingress routing is going to send information to the routing mesh, and routing mesh will forward this information to the web server application running on Docker host 3. So there is a single point of contact. Here we are getting all the requests from from over the internet to the Ingress routing, and then Ingress routing is sending information to the routing mesh, and routing mesh is actually responsible to divide this request between number of tasks, right? You are already aware about this, and we also completed practical of this. I just explain you this because I want you to get better understanding about VIP. Ingress load balancer is used to direct incoming HTTP requests from user to the appropriate web server containers based on the rules such as URL, path and host name. Now this is a simple process. But now let's add another layer. We are talking about backend layer. So let's go with the virtual IP load balancer first. Introduction. VIP load balancer in a SWAMP cluster is a mechanism that provides single virtual IP address for service running across the multiple container. In the SWAMP cluster, again, it is the same story. The VIP is used to distribute incoming network traffic evenly across all the instances of the services, enabling seamless load balancing and failover. We just need to add one line over here for backend application. Now, what is current scenario right now? See, I have one diagram. In this, I am not using VIP load balancer, right? And we have now backend database service as well. Now, if you are not using VIP for your backend service, what will happen? Let's say that this one person is actually sending requests to the Ingress routing. Ingress routing will forward this to the centralized routing mesh. Routing mesh will forward this request to this particular web application. Now this will be confused, right? Because right now web application is going to contact or communicate with the database. Now this will be confused that, okay, we have 3 tasks running. How I am going to contact any one of the tasks? So it will go randomly to this. Now again, if the traffic is coming, then traffic is going to this web application. Now this web application will be confused as well, so it will send request to this. Now here, again, we are not load balancing the traffic between web application and database server. Why? Because as we have routing mesh here, if the traffic is coming over the internet, we are forwarding this to the routing mesh, which is a centralized point, and then routing mesh is distributing traffic among them. Now, we cannot use routing mesh with database server because routing mesh and ingress routing is only applicable if you are publishing the port. Definitely, you will not publish the port for your database server because you don't want to expose database server over the internet. So, in order to solve this issue, what we will do here, we are going to use VIP. Now, look at this picture.
Sorry guys, sorry to disturb you. I know you all are enjoying the session and suddenly it stopped. But if you want full video or if you want full Docker course having 130 plus videos including projects, you can become our community member. Enrollment link is in description. Moreover, we also provide 24/7 support, weekly lifetime live session with Bhavesh Shatara, updates and completion certification as well. Still you have any queries regarding it, you can contact me on my personal number. Thank you.